You can't just send them into random cities in support of just fighting crime. Like that, you really can't do without the invitation of a governor. So we're heading for an uncomfortable showdown with Governor Pritzker. We can't have Trump going in without the invitation of this governor. I'm sorry, but we can't have it. He does not have the constitutional permission to do it. It very clearly is not constitutionally permissible. He cannot do it. I really hope he doesn't do it because I don't want a world in which I'm siding with Governor Pritzker over President Trump. But I will if he does it because he can't do it legally.
Yes, Libras has circulated this video everywhere of Megyn Kelly going off on Trump about what is happening in Chicago. At a certain point, when you look deep into and what they are saying, you will see that these people are insane. They are not telling us, oh, Trump's MAGAs are now breaking away because of what Trump is doing. We saw what the Supreme Court did yesterday. If you never watched that video, take a look at this.
The Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, you know who the 6 are, you know who the 3 are, lifted restrictions on racial profiling by ICE in LA. Justice Kavanaugh was the only one to publish words about this decision. He says, well, he starts off well enough. Apparent ethnicity cannot be used as the sole criteria to furnish reasonable suspicion. But then he uses the however word. When you use however or but in a sentence, you always negate what you say before. That's a common rhetorical device. And then he says that apparent ethnicity, i.e. racial profiling, can be used as a relevant factor, which is what ICE is doing in LA. Ostensibly, it has other factors, but its main factor is, oh, you're speaking Spanish, I'm going to pull you over. Oh, you have a Spanish accent, I'm going to pull you over. Oh, you have brown skin, I'm going to pull you over, because it's a relevant factor. For them, it's the sole factor. This is a temporary lift of a restriction, but Kavanaugh says that it likely will be a permanent lift of a restriction once this thing goes all the way through the courts.
Justice Kavanaugh said this: to be clear, apparent ethnicity alone cannot furnish reasonable suspicion, but it can be a factor when considered along with other things. I've said before that I think that this court is trying to take us back to Dred Scott, which was a pre-Civil War decision that said that Black people could never be citizens of this country. That the color of your skin could determine whether or not you were eligible for citizenship. I think that is where we are going back to. I think that's what we're headed towards.
In Supreme Court that says schools can't consider race when determining admissions so people can get a higher education just said that ICE can consider race when throwing people in jail and detaining them until they find out their legal status. If you are any color in this country other than white, be careful.
Yes, Libras are melting down on social media about this. The U.S. Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, lifted restriction on immigration and custom enforcement ICE operation in Los Angeles, allowing the Trump administration to resume aggressive immigration raids. The ruling overturned a lower court order by U.S. District Judge, which had barred ICE from conducting stops based solely on factors like race, language, or employment, citing Fourth Amendment violations. Justice Breyer supported the decision, arguing that brief detention based on common sense critical were permissible, while Justice Sonia Sotomayor, joined by Justice Kagan and Jackson, dissented, warning that the ruling in the racial profiling, and I don't know why this is happening. The Black Lives Matter movement is blowing up on social media. They are going against this. When I saw their reaction, I knew that this issue of race is coming in again. I've seen a lot of people reacting to this. It is important we take an exclusive look into what is going on exactly. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. It will do you no harm if you share the video.
This story, a huge deal out here in LA. In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court now clearing the way for roaming immigration sweeps here in LA to resume once again at least for now. That coming after lower courts first blocked the administration from carrying out these raids back in July, saying they were discriminatory.
Obviously, this is a big change. Senior national correspondent William Lajeunesse is topping off this hour with this breaking news for us out of L.A. What do we know, William?
Well, Sandra, it's an important ruling in that a district judge and an appeals court had effectively stopped immigration enforcement in Southern California. And we expected it to effectively become a nationwide ban as other judges in other cities would cite this ruling to stop ICE actions in their jurisdictions. So it was a Biden-appointed judge in July issued a restraining order stopping ICE from stopping individuals with just reasonable suspicion that they're in the U.S. illegally. It barred officials from relying on certain factors like race or being outside a Home Depot looking for day labor. Well, the Ninth Circuit upheld that ruling, prompting the administration to go to the Supreme Court, arguing that the ruling restricted ICE's ability to enforce the law passed by Congress that says you can't cross the border illegally to live and work in the U.S. We're talking 10 to 20 million people. Stopping even routine operations like hitting employers with reasonable cause to believe that they employed large numbers of illegal workers. So Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote in his concurring opinion that race or ethnicity alone cannot be a reason to stop someone, but it can be considered along with other factors informing reasonable suspicion to stop someone for illegal immigration checks, such as where people gather and what jobs they are working in. Well, the three liberal justices said in dissent with Judge Sonia Sotomayor's writing, we should not have to live in a country where the government can seize anyone who looks Latino, speaks Spanish, and appears to work in a low-wage job. Moments ago, DHS issued this statement on behalf of the administration, quote, a win for the safety of Californians and the rule of law. DHS law enforcement will not be slowed down and will continue to arrest and remove the murderers, rapists, gang members, and other criminal illegal aliens that Karen Bass continues to give safe harbor. The bottom line is, Sandra, we expect ICE now to continue these sweeps, obviously in California, but also in other cities.
Yes, the Black Lives Matter movement sent this out. The Supreme Court just sided with ICE, handing them a license to racially profile in Los Angeles and escalate the criminalizations of identity. We refuse to be hunted for our skin or our tongue. We rise together, we protect each other, and we won't stop until ICE is dismantled. This is their patient as what I don't understand with this. What does ethnicity have to do with legality? I don't understand. It's either you are a U.S. citizen or not. Not about language, not about, in fact, race.
So here's a question. You know, last week, Georgia Hyundai plant, where over 450 people were taken into custody, suspected of living and working illegally. Over 300 of them were South Korean. Did you know they were here to build a plant to create American jobs?
Oh, wow. And they rounded them up.
And they rounded them up. And I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. This isn't about sanctuary cities. This isn't about rounding up rough, bad people. This is about y'all being pissed off about something. Because if this was about rounding up people who were bad for the country, you all would be doing a totally different kind of job. That is my opinion.
Well, you see exactly what these people are struggling to do. They want to turn this into something else. Now they are talking about, oh, they are only doing this because they are black, they are like this. It is crazy. I don't believe if you are legal in the country, you'll be afraid. That is very simple. Have your papers, have everything. You'll be able to move freely. Now struggling to bring in race, planning to go on the street to demonstrate against these people is something I didn't see coming. I want to know the link between being a citizen and your skin color. Your native language is deception and a lie that they are using to manipulate people
Angelenos, why are Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass still in office?
Mount Rushmore.
New game being played by Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom is now trolling Trump. I've never seen a Democrat do this. I think it's very funny. Can you show some of the Newsom tweets that he's been putting out there? Okay, he's imitating Trump's exact style. I mean, like this is Newsom, and he will fail as he always does. Sad.
Yes. You know, when I watch Democrat reacting to this, some are extremely excited, especially in Congress.
Democrats are still looking for someone to lead them out of the hole the party is in. And some people are criticizing former President Obama, really, for not speaking out more. He's did the job already. I mean, the New York Times just wrote about a recent speech.
People line up for my advice, and you're walking away like I'm stupid. It's like,
why don't we choose more carefully who we're going to lionize?
Why marriage, infertility, trying to have kids